Nearly 2 years after the pandemic started shuttering schools, America's largest teachers union is trying to rewrite the narrative. I'm sorry, but as a parent, I call BS. On Friday, the New York Times published a glowing review of the American Federation of Teachers president, Randy Weingarten, calling her misunderstood and a target of anger. I wonder why. Michelle Goldberg wrote, in part, quote, "Those who fault Weingarten for closed schools misunderstand the role she's played over the last 20 months. Rather than championing shutdown, she spent much of her energy, both in public and behind the scenes, trying to get schools open." Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we talking about the same Randy Weingarten? The one with a list of reopening demands so long it would put Santa Claus to shame? So why is the teachers union now trying to flip the script? And how can we best remind parents of Weingarten's heinous hypocrisy? Joining me to discuss, the American Federation of Children's National Director of Research, Corey DeAngelis. Dr. Corey DeAngelis, welcome back, sir.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
How much of a hypocrite is Randy Weingarten?
Oh, totally. And to try to rewrite history like this, to pretend that she's some sort of hero when it comes to school reopening is just absolutely ridiculous gaslighting, and the parents aren't going to fall for it going forward. And if you saw that New York Times headline, it asked, can this woman save public education, American education? No, not really, but in a way, she can, because she's inadvertently doing more to advance the concept of school choice and homeschooling than anyone could have ever imagined. She's actively destroying her own empire, and that'll be good for parents in the long run, even though it's horrible in the short run.
Yes, my daughter got an email that her school is closed tomorrow. She said because teachers just wouldn't show up. Teachers aren't going to show up because they are emboldened by people like Randy Weingarten. And she was the one who demanded that teachers don't go back to schools until they have enough PPE. Then they got enough PPE, and then she was like, no, they can't go back until they get ventilation. Then they got $200 billion for ventilation. She's like, no, well, they really can't go back until they get vaccines. Then they got shoved to the front of the list for vaccines. They were still trying to keep teachers, their membership, out of school, which didn't only frustrate parents, it frustrated teachers who wanted to go and teach and get eyeballs on these kids, because with schools closed, you know, we've talked about the public health crisis, the mental health crisis that has followed from these schools being closed because of her.
Yeah, and if Randy's such a school reopening advocate and champion, and she always has been, well, let's just assume that that's true for a second. Well, then why were the places that had weaker teachers unions and less influence from the AFT more likely to reopen? And how were the private schools able to figure it out right away? The reality is the system doesn't have much of an incentive to listen to parents, and the only way to change that is to fund students directly so that there's real bottom-up accountability. And look, there are school closures happening right now, and this piece is coming out talking about her as a hero. Well, why isn't she out here denouncing the school closures that are happening right now in the government-run school system? If she's such a school reopening advocate, you'd think she'd be fighting against those types of closures and sticking up for parents. This is just a rebrand. It's a revisionist history, and it's not going to fly. Parents, they can smell the BS. They're not going to be fooled by the gaslighting. They've seen what's happened over the past nearly 2 years, and they're fed up and they're pushing back more than ever. And parents are smart. They're not stupid. They saw what happened. So they're going to continue for the right to fight for the right to educate their kids as they see fit. Harder than anyone will fight to take that right away from them. So I'm optimistic going forward that we're going to see more parental rights and parental empowerment and school choice going forward, because parents have woken up, and they're not going to go away anytime soon. So politicians and the public would be wise to listen to them.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. They have kicked the hornet's nest. They have poked the bear. And now parents, they're not going away. They're not leaving this conversation, even though the White House and the CDC were working with the teachers unions to make sure that contracts were nice and beefy before they issued any mandates about masking or anything else. And my daughter came home and said, why aren't they testing at school? You know, it's like, why are they stalling making a decision on closing school because of the COVID cases, but they don't know how many they are? With $200 billion, they absolutely should be doing whatever they can to keep those schools open.
Well, I mean, it's almost like the hostage takers are trying to say that we really wanted to give the hostages back, but you didn't give us enough money. I mean, at this point, it's almost like the hostage takers have secured their multiple billion-dollar ransom payments over the past 2 years, and at this point they're still keeping the hostages. They haven't given the hostages back. It's time for parents to reclaim the right to educate their children as they see fit. They've already woken up, but if you haven't woken up right now, now is the time to do so. We thought parents were going to have the right to send their kids to in-person instruction full-time 5 days a week after 2 weeks. We thought it was going to just be a couple of months. We thought it was just going to be a year. It's over a year and a half, and they're still playing the same games because parents get the short end of the stick over and over again with K-12 education. There's one way to fix that. The only way to fix that with freedom rather than force is to fund students directly, empower families to finally hold the unions and the government school monopoly accountable.
Yes, and that's exactly
to fund students directly, empower families. That's the way to do it.
Exactly what Corey and other school choice advocates are doing. While Randy Weingarten is spraining her shoulder, patting herself on the back with the help of the New York Times, Corey is going out. He's working with governors and legislatures to make sure these kind of bills pass so the money can follow the student, your child. So that's what we should be supporting, school choice all the way. Corey DeAngelis, thank you so much.